What's going on, guys? So today I'd like to talk to you guys about the new Bring Me the Horizon album, Post-Human Next Gen. But what I would like to talk about is I'd like to talk about my top 5 songs. The album came out last month and I've officially given myself enough time to listen to it and finally narrow down my personal top 5 songs. They are not in any particular order. It's just how much I personally enjoy the songs and have them on like a replay. First up, we have Utopia, which is like the first song on the album. And the reason I enjoy the song is because the chorus is very heavy hitting, and just even the melodies and everything are incredibly catchy. And you're kind of like, after like maybe 2 or 3 listens, you can just hum it in your head, and I really enjoy that. And just like the lyrics, like soul like a cemetery, hard to ignore, we are sick to the core, is just such a amazing line. I love when Ollie like has these really like meaningful lines that are like almost like poetry. Like you're literally just like, what the fuck? That's just so like, what's the word for it? It's just incredibly strong and straight to the point. And I think that's like when Bring Me the Horizon is at its best, is when Ollie is just straight up pouring from his heart. And speaking of which, we then have my next song, which is my personal favorite of the album, and it's just because, like, you know, like, in my own lifetime and stuff like that, I've had, like, these dark thoughts and stuff like that, like he does on the song N.A., or I believe it's, like, code for, like, Narcotics Anonymous or something like that. But, this song was probably a song I put on repeat the most. And I know a lot of people are like, it's just a really like simple song, but it's not. Like, it's incredibly easy to pick up and listen to, and even just like, I love the introduction of like being in a support group type thing, and he does the whole, oh hi, my name is Ollie, and he's like telling his story about like what's wrong with him, and then like he just gets painfully honest about like his frustrations and his addiction and his issues with himself, and just like how he's thinking about things, and just how he's straight up just like scared of himself, and his how he wants to be honest with people, and how he's like, hey, I know I look like I'm good, I look like I'm whatever, but like straight up I'm not. And it's like, that's so relatable, especially when he says something like oh, what was it, he says a lyric, he says, oh, here we go, and baby, I know that I told you I was out of the woods, but I still left a key under the mat for the wolves. That is my personal favorite lyric of this song. It's just because, like, it's so powerful to say a statement like that, because it's like, if you've been in this spot before where your head is straight up just not agreeing with you, and is like, really, really, like, scary, and you're like trying to tell people, hey, I'm good, like, I'm alright, and then you're really honest with yourself about how you really are, that verse will absolutely just be like, yep, that's the best way for me to put this. But probably my favorite thing that he ever said in any song was, kinda wanna get fucked, make love to a chainsaw, wrap my head drop top round a lamppost. Like, that's really, really, ooh, that's really, really, like, ouch. Same, but no, I'm kidding, guys, I'm fine, I'm good. maybe I'll get more truthful with you guys as time goes on about, my own mental state and stuff. But hey, it's June, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so let's be real about, how we are and stuff like that. And yeah, it's also Pride Month, so yeah. And if you don't believe it's both, you can get the fuck out of here. Sorry. Anyway, then after that song, we have a song that really grew on me. From my first listen, I wasn't crazy about it, but when it really, really, took a few listens for me to really enjoy it, this song definitely became in my top 5. Everyone will probably put Bullet with my name. I think that's what you call it. I forget the name titles because they're so wacky sometimes. They're not so simple like they've usually done in the past. You got songs like Dear Diary, Kingslayer, Drown, Sleepwalking, and the Snakes Start to Sing. You got stuff like that, or House of Wolves, right? Or Shadow Moses, or Diamonds Aren't Forever. But it's then they come out with this album and they put out song titles that are just very bizarre, or just whatever. Probably the most bizarre track on here is obviously Pussy. And it's literally it's really about what it is. It's very funny, but it's a nice interlude. I love this album as interlude. Sorry, I'm rambling. There's that ADHD for you. But Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood. The chorus is probably one of the best that they have on this album. I'm drowning in my sleep. The scars have got too deep, and no amount of love can set you free. The fight's inside. I'll take myself to hell and back. Tonight we go to war. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just, I can't feel I can't help but feel really excited and really, really, engaged in this song than any other song. I mean, apart from other songs on the album. Again, this is just my top 5. I'm sure everybody else will have their own opinion and their own top 5, but this one is mine. So that one is absolutely a great song, and it's just pretty much just about fighting your own battles, and you gotta love yourself in order for you to do it. That's the only way that you can get through this, is for you to learn to love yourself. So then after that we have probably one of the strongest singles from the album that really stood out to me the most, which is Kool-Aid, which is kind of the whole album is basically a concept album. It's kind of like a story, and this song is kind of like being in a cult. It's kind of even the word Kool-Aid and stuff like that is you're taking a sip of the Kool-Aid or whatever. It's a phrase that people used to say. What was it? John Jones? Is that who it is? The guy that basically made that group of teenagers or young kids, and was it teens? Something like that. Pretty much just all agreed to unalive themselves. Yeah, what a story. If you guys don't know that story, there's a hell of documentaries on it. Highly worth the watch. But yeah, just the lyrics that really stand out the most to me from that song is "'Cause you got a taste now, drink the Kool-Aid by the jug, so suffer your fate, oh come here and give me a hug. Nobody loves you like I love you, oh my dear, but you should have known that this was gonna end in tears." Can Ollie just go down as one of the best lyricists in music? Because I feel he doesn't get enough credit for this, and it's just it's wild, because I know a lot of people won't listen to Bring Me the Horizon stuff because they hear the name, or they think of the music and they're oh, it's not my cup of tea. But believe me, as I got older and stuff, my best friend showed me this band, and it's just been one of my favorite bands of all time, and they're my number 2 favorite band of all time, of course, behind the Red Hot Chili says things like, such a sucker for an execution. The void is a vampire fed on her blood, domesticated like a cat in a cage, while they try their hand at playing God. Ollie, are you okay, my guy? Are you good? Are you alright? Wow. Yeah. And then here is my final song, and it's the final song on the album, which is Dig It. Dig It was a song that at first listen was not my favorite. Was not. I listened to this album maybe 2 or 3 times, and then Dig It was probably the song I played the second most. And it really like encapsulates the feeling of what this album is supposed to be. And you really get like a end of a video game vibe, which is like what they were going for, because like they were definitely going more for like leaning towards, you know, video game themes and stuff like that. And it feels like the end of like a Resident Evil game, or the most especially like a Silent Hill video game. And even like the lyric video that they made for this really gives you that feeling too. And like it just feels like you've lost. Like it feels like you've just lost it all, and you know, like you gotta continue or you gotta play again in order for you to get the happy ending. Like that's the best way for me to describe Dig It. It just feels like all hope is lost. And even when he says things like, you know, give me something to believe in, some kind of system override. I need to give my ghost a reason to let it slide. Because everyone's too scared to heal. They don't give a fuck how they feel. And I just don't know how to deal anymore. Maybe the damage is done. Maybe the darkness has won. And we were programmed just to suffer. I love that so much, guys. that just whole verse and just all of those lyrics are just so, like, gut-wrenchingly sad. Because it's just like, you know, it's just the person who's like, I'm kind of at my wit's end here. Like, I'm trying really hard with myself, and I'm trying really hard with my mental health and everything. You know, almost all hope feels lost. In a way. But anyway, guys, yeah. That was my top 5 Bring Me the Horizon songs from Next Gen. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that type of video. I just kind of want to do, like, different top 10, top 5 videos, you know, like throughout the week, or like weekly, just to kind of like space something in between the unboxing videos, and just have something out for you guys. And you know, maybe there are some people who like this type of stuff. Maybe there are